Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in today. Today I'm showing how to make simple lotion bars at home using very simple ingredients. People use several items to make their lotion bars, but today I'll be showing you how you can use illipe nut butter right there to make yours. You can also use beeswax, of course, which is the most common thing people use in making lotion bars. So this typical recipe would include beeswax, cocoa butter, some coconut oil, and we'll be splitting it into two. I will be making the lotion bars using illipe nut butter and comparing how it would perform in comparison to just using beeswax. So I also use a mixture of oils, the organic face and body oil, and of course some vitamin E. So this is green tea extract. It's brown. You'd expect it to be green, but it's brown. I would also be adding it to the mix. And then of course, some flowers to make it beautiful. So first you'll be needing these silicone containers to shape the bars when you make them. I also like to use the single silicone based ones just because I like the pattern of that one especially. So I'll be starting incorporating 4 ounces of organic beeswax. Our beeswax is actually very good quality. I'm very proud to say that. And then of course some organic cocoa butter and some coconut oil. So the cocoa butter is unrefined and organic, so you have that natural cocoa smell. So what I'll be doing after I melt it down, then I would be incorporating the oil into it. I don't like applying more heat to the oil than is necessary. So I've just done that. So sorry it's not in view. I've just incorporated it into the melted beeswax and cocoa butter right there, and I'm just mixing it up nicely. And then I would also be adding some blue tansy oil because I want one batch of the lotion bars to be a bit darker in color. You would see how it turned out. So if you ever want something to be blue in color, you can just add blue tansy oil. It's natural and it's very beneficial for skin. I also added just the green tea extract that I showed earlier. It also colors things brown. So if you ever want to color anything brown, go for green tea extract. You don't need the artificial coloring. So I also added a few essential oils. You can add any essential oil you want, or even some of the artificial fragrance oils can be good. Not all of them contains synthetics. If you find them from a good supplier, you should be fine. So just adding as much as, most people like to add as much essential oils as possible, just to make sure that the product comes out exactly the way you want it to. So I'm putting in the flowers just because I wanted to show on both sides of the lotion bar. So you want to put in the flowers first. You can also put some on top after you do this part. So it's optional, any kind of flower. I use rose petals here and some other flowers. So that's one of the things I don't like about beeswax. You can see that already while you're making the product, the beeswax is already doing its job very fast. It starts to solidify inside the container. And so you have to be very fast in pouring it in because it starts taking shape. And in fact, if you shake the product just a little bit, you would find cracks because then immediately it starts working. So that's one of the challenges of working with beeswax. But then the beeswax pros, I'm sure they know what to do. You already put this in a tray so you don't have to shake it. But of course I didn't do that, as you can see. And then mine ended up with cracks that showed up in the end product. So be sure to avoid that. So the next batch is the illipe nut butter. this is a very hot butter. If you ever want to add in anything, if you ever want something to stay hard, you know what to do. And here is the cocoa butter I use. I wanted this batch to come out pure white, so I'm using our deodorized organic cocoa butter there. And of course, I'm adding just the same amount of ingredients that I added for the beeswax batch. I just varied the color of the cocoa butter, and I used illipe peanut butter instead of beeswax just to see how it will turn out. And of course, I add the carrier oils here. I made sure not to use that green organic face and body oil for this one, just because I wanted that white color for this batch of the lotion bars. So when you melt it down, just move on to put the rose petals first. For this one, I wanted a more lavenderish kind of aroma, so I used some lavender flower. You can see it in there. It smells really lavendery, if there's anything like that. It turned out really nice. I really like this batch. You would see how it looks at the end. So just go ahead and pour. So you don't have, with beeswax, the challenge of having the product solidify on you immediately. You get enough time to decorate your lotion bar as much as you'd like, and it still remains liquidy until you get to put it in the fridge or freezer, or however you want to have it solidify. I would really recommend putting it in the fridge so it does that evenly and fast for you. So that's the final product. The flowers really made it look nice. I've never really done lotion bars just because I prefer to whip up my butters, slather it on, and be on my way. But I found out that lotion bars actually have a lot of benefits to it. You don't need containers for lotion bars. So those that are worried about the planet, they could just do this. They don't need containers. You just have it in the bathroom. Once you're done with your shower, you just slather it in and you're out. So there you have it again. It comes out very fast from the silicone containers, as you can see. I quite like this part. Unveiling it. My kids also, they were very impressed with how easy it was to get it out of the container. It's just easier if you use those molds that are made of silicone, and they're just made specially for lotion bars, I would say. They also work for soaps, like melt and pour soaps, and you will find that there was no problem at all bringing them out of the containers. So that's the first batch of lotion bars, the one where I used beeswax. So yeah, obviously the coloring came through, the green tea extract and the blue tan. See, they gave it this dark brownish color, but the flowers did not really come out as much. But for this bar, I really like the fact that it's very solid, it's not melting. So that's the illipe, the one I use the illipe nut butter for. You can see how it just slathers on quickly. It would be a lot easier if my hand was wet, like, or maybe damp from the shower. And I didn't really find much difference, except the fact that one of the lotion bars came out a bit more oily. So that was the one with the beeswax. So for example, if you want to make this, you could just use illipe nut butter. And also, if you're vegan, vegans don't like to use beeswax, obviously, because it's an animal byproduct. So you could just use illipe nut butter and you'll be perfectly fine. Your products would just be all butters, all nourishing butters. You don't need waxes or anything. Illipe nut butter is fantastic for handmade products. So this is how it turned out. I really like the result. It looks really beautiful, and I'm gonna give this as a gift to my my sister. She likes DIY a lot. So this is it, and I would really welcome your feedback. I like this print a lot, and if you're looking for silicone containers to use for your DIY lotion bars, I would advise you to look at Amazon.com. You will find different shapes, different textures, different colors, and different sizes that do different things, and they work very well. I would really recommend you go to Amazon.com to get these designs and shapes. So there you have it. You can package this as nicely as you would like. This really pops out very beautifully. Just put on some red ribbons on it and you're all set. You can also just decorate it anyhow you want. So that's our illipe peanut butter. It's a star on Amazon.com. You can get it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a happy holiday. Bye.